So we've done music, editing speed, and a clearer motive. So I want to talk about the fades. So the fades are something that you probably don't really notice because a lot of things that happen when it comes to film is behind the scenes. You don't see them. You don't understand them. You don't know why you're seeing what you're seeing. And that's often quite a frustrating thing, which is why a sketchbook, for example, is such a useful way to project your work. Because you draw something or you make something, you stick it in your book, then you explain what you've done. So there's immediately an explanation for what you've done, who's inspired it, why you felt inspired, how you felt, what you did to create what you created. And I think that's I think for school purposes that's very important. Personally, I'm not a big fan of having artists and having to refer to artists constantly. I like making original things, but that's just not something that I can afford to do right now in school. It won't gain me any marks. It'll only make me just look like a really strong-headed beep hole. And so I think that it's interesting to explain to you what the fades are. Fading is when you apply a fade to an audio or a video clip. So that can be both the audio and the video, or separately the audio or separately the video. It just means that, okay, so I have a video and audio here and they work together. This is me talking and you can see it. This is me talking and you can hear it, and it goes at the same time. And fading is when you let the video either glide on and cut the audio short, or you let the audio glide on and cut the video short and insert a new video. So you see a new part of the clip, but you're still hearing the old part. And that's quite interesting because it just creates like this, like a moment where you're like hanging on. And I find that really interesting. I've seen it in a couple of videos before. I think some of my artists do it as well. I know Austin Augie does it, and I know it's a thing that Casey Neistat is not the biggest fan of, but he has used it before in his, how many videos he's made, I think it's like 700, so it's hard to go through them and find the exact video. It's definitely something I find very interesting, and fading it just creates a slightly better finish, and most people don't notice it. I think it's more something that editors notice, which is a stressful idea, but it is also cool that some people can notice it. And so if it is noticed, that's great. Thank you for noticing that. I appreciate it. It's also slightly more time and effort, obviously, because you have to link things up nicely.
Lover boy.